So I'm going to talk mostly about dressing, men's style, how we dress in most business casual occasions, because that's really where, as men, we stand out, right? It's not really with the t-shirts. It's not really with polo shirts. I've actually heard women say, "Oh, that's so boring. You just put on polo and jeans. Oh my God, that is so boring." And it's an easy lift. If you admit it, it is really easy just to grab a polo shirt and throw on shorts, khakis, jeans, or whatever your fabric of choice is. But as it relates to going out, and I'm really on the word intentional. Um, be intentional about what you wear, right? So with that in mind, I'm going to start off with just the little details and what not to do. Okay. This is me. I think this was from 2017, 2016, 2017, maybe. And it was a film screening that was going on in Atlanta. And the thing I want to point out here, can you see my mouse?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to point out the collar. Just one detail that really stands out. This collar is too big. So that's why it kind of is baggy. What is it? I got a baggy shirt around my neck. That's that's what that is. And it's long enough, right? But you can't even tell it because I have a jacket on over the sleeves. And that's just one detail. The jacket could be taken in some, which is something that I try to do now. But I've gained weight, so I have to take a lot of my jackets in like I used to. But those lines, if you notice the way I'm moving the mouse here, it should be about that much. I say an inch to 2 inches should be taken in on this jacket just to show more of my silhouette. Whatever your size is, big, medium, or small, go with that. Don't try to look big by wearing bigger clothes if you're not a big person. You just look like you borrowed somebody's clothes. Okay. Again, whatever size you are, dress your size. Wear the clothes that fit you. Let me go to the next slide. I'm a member of 100 Black Men North Metro Atlanta. We're a mentoring organization, and we mentor kids, middle school and high school across Cobb, Gwinnett, and North Fulton counties. So this is an event that we had when I was chapter president. And what I was saying before, see, this suit, it fits a lot better. So you don't have as much bagginess, right? Um, One thing I want to point out here. Now, first of all, I'm not here to talk bad about any of these guys. You dress how you want to dress, okay? And some guys do that. But I want to point out, if you want a cleaner look, okay, here, go ahead and get your pants altered to where they're not baggy when it hits your shoes, okay? Now, I have a break. That's what they call it when the pants hit the shoes and how the pants break against hitting your shoes. I have a slight break that's broke. All right. So I understand you don't want to look like you're in the flood, but at the same time, you should not have the back of your pants touching the ground past your shoes. Okay. This brother right here, I want to point out. Now you see how you see a slight piece of white around his wrist. His jacket
Hmm.
is fitted to the point where it's supposed to hit, but his shirt is supposed to hit just a little bit further down his wrist, about a half inch to an inch. Okay. Same thing here. And I think most of the guys here, they're following that rule. Now, brother in the middle here, he works out, so he don't know how muscular he is. So when he puts his arms behind his back, his jacket pulls. And the way that the suit jacket is made, it shouldn't pull that much. So that's another point you want to pay attention to when you get a suit jacket. All right. All right. So I got 3 problems in this picture. All right. And this is from a couple of weeks ago that we had a youth luncheon, same organization. And I apologize. These are the pictures I had to use because these are the only pictures I have where I'm in clothes, dressed up, is with the organization, right? So first of all, I'm a 42 long jacket off the rack, but I'm really a 42 extra long. So you can tell that here because I have so much wrist showing. Even if I had on a long sleeve shirt, I'd have too much of the shirt showing here with my arms folded, right? So here, he has too much of his shirt is exposed past his sleeve, okay? And also another brother that works out, his jacket is pulling right here. Your jacket shouldn't be pulling when you button it, all right? And it's not pulling much, but it's pulling enough where you see the wrinkles in the jacket, all right? It should be a smooth, when you have your jacket buttoned, it should be very smooth right there at the point of buttoning. Just one thing to point out here, shirt collars, make sure you know your shirt size. So with this, and I fell into that bucket a couple of weeks ago and I just went with it because it looked better unbuttoned. But I have a shirt, a dress shirt that I couldn't button the top button if I wanted to because I've gained that much weight. And it might be half-inch difference, but it's enough to where I can't button it anymore. So it's really important that you know your size and you stick with wearing that size so you can go ahead and give that tailored look. You don't have to have tailored clothing, but you want to look like you have tailored clothing. And that really goes back to knowing what your size is. All right, so now the do's. In this picture, the brother in the middle here, you see his pants hit right at his pant leg. Now that's a style that's kind of trendy. It's not as traditional. A lot of people have their pants hit a little below the ankle, but his pants are hitting right at his ankle, at the top of his shoes. The thing about button collars, it's really like 70s, 80s to have a button collar. And what do I mean when I say button collar? I'm going to zoom in some here. This collar has a button right here to button the collar down to make it stand up and so it won't slouch under the jacket. The old look of in the 70s and 80s, you would have men wear shirts like this with the top. You can do that, but it's an aged look. It's a much better look if you have a shirt that's not a button collar like this one, so that at this point, your shirt's buttoned up. Collar doesn't need to stand up. And since it doesn't need to stand up, button your collar up and you have a tie on, that's all the structure you need. And see how his shirt collar is meeting right at his suit collar? That's what you want. And there's a lot of different shirt collar options. If you go to Men's Warehouse, Jose Bank, Macy's, Saks, Nordstrom, I'm trying to name them all because nobody paid me to say it. But if you go to the suit department and you can have that conversation with them and ask them what collar options they have. Point collars, spread collar. It's always good. So I think that is all I wanted to point out here as it relates to do's. All right, so Monica Pearson, this is a good time. She is a funny lady. Funny lady. She's been in news in the Atlanta area for at least, I think, 30, 40 years, maybe. And she's still doing her thing. What I wanted to point out here is even with my arm bent, You see where my sleeve hits? And that's kind of where you want it to hit, okay, when your arm is bent. You don't have a whole lot of buckling here in the suit. In this suit, I think I bought this suit off the rack. So there could be buckling here, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you have the right suit size. And what do I mean by suit size? You have 40, you have short, regular, long, and extra long. That relates to your height, okay? The numbers like 40 long or 42 long or 40 regular, that's actually the measurement, I think, across your shoulders. So when they take the tape, measuring tape, and measure around your shoulders, that's what they're measuring. So off the rack, I'm a 42 long. But if you don't know that, if it just feels good when you put it on, you might be putting on a 44. So if I had on a 44 extra long, then the shoulder pads will come across over my arms a little bit, kind of like a front porch. You don't want that. All right. You want a smooth, almost smooth, as close to smooth as you can from top of shoulder to side of shoulder. Okay. And I also want to point out the color choices here. I'm not a real flashy guy, but I try to put the details into my accessory options and like my shirt ties or my shirts. So right here, it's a light plaid shirt with a brown tie, and you really can't tell, but maybe you can. There's a brown line in that plaid that I'm pulling out with the brown tie. I don't try to combine polka dots with plaids. I don't do stripes and polka dots. Some people do, but like I said, I'm somewhat conservative. But you can make any suit look like a $5,000 suit with the right shirt tie combination. Shirt can come right off the rack. If it fits you right, you could spend $200 on a shirt and tie combination and save that $4,000 and have a shirt, suit, tie combination under $1,000, and you'll look like you came out of GQ magazine. And why am I saying under $1,000? The materials for a quality suit, you want it to be wool. Wool breathes. Wool cleans well. Wool doesn't stain as much as silk, polyester blends, or rayon. And it also holds up well. All right. Same thing here. I wanted to point out with the collar where it hits, where the collar of the jacket is. All right. And you'll notice from some other suits, the lapel is narrower. It's really all about what you want as it relates to style. This is more of a conservative lapel on the suit. And I'm talking about the collar on the suit when I call it lapel. I don't want to talk as if everybody knows. I'm sorry. But you have some suit lapels that could be almost twice that width. And that's much more trendy. That's much more stylish. All right, so this is a casual look. Shirt tucked. The only thing I probably could have done better is instead of a black belt, wear a white belt just to have the coordination between my shoes and the belt. This is Commissioner Cupid from Cobb County. She recognized the organization with a resolution. So, but shirt tucked, belt, shoes, and it's a really clean look. I didn't realize how nice it looked until I saw the pictures. I was like, oh man, that's a nice look. I'm gonna have to do that more often. But again, going back to whatever your size is, be that size. The man here, he has his shirt untucked, and that's fine too. It's all about how you wear your shirt untucked, right? Making sure he has on the right size shirt so it doesn't look like he has an oversized shirt on with his shirt untucked. As a mature man, you never want to look like you borrowed somebody else's clothes. And that goes both ways. as if you borrowed somebody else's clothes older than you or younger than you, right? I brought this picture out just to give a look of what a casual look could look like. You really couldn't see from that angle, but the earlier picture where I showed a don't, where I had a suit on and the sleeve was too short, I still need to have it let out. I had on a t-shirt, and they have a lot of great materials that they're making t-shirts. It's not just a Hanes t-shirt, but high quality cotton with like 5% spandex, so it stretches and gives a little bit, feels really good on the skin, and you don't have to iron it as much if you maintain it properly. So it's a real clean look, real fit look, and that's a similar t-shirt that I have on here. And it's a very, very thin sweater that I have on it. So you can wear it with pants, wear it with shorts, and it's just really a clean, mature look. All right, I think this is my last picture. This is my daughter at Tuskegee. My my menace, my menacing black woman that I'm raising, and I say that in all the love in the world. We need more menacing black women. They encourage us as men. Oh.
Oh.
All right, you see it. All right. So this is a tailored suit. I want to give at least one example of a tailored suit. You see how smooth the lines are here. It's buttoned, no pulling, right? And the tailor, his style, he cuts his jackets just a little bit shorter than what you would buy off the rack. It accentuates your leg, makes you look tall. I'm 6'3", so it makes me look like, a giant. But I want to make sure you saw how the lines are on the suit, how it hits the neck, the shoulder, comes down the arm, and I hate it doesn't show the wrist. So you can see that detail. I think you see a little bit of the detail here. And the colors also. Again, I don't try to mix patterns. It's a plaid suit. That is a white shirt. Okay. But very, very light. You can't see because it's a navy tie. It's a navy paisley tie. But it's I forget what you call the detail. It's embroidered. It's the material. It's a paisley material, but it's all navy, so you really can't see it unless you zoom in on the tie. And I'm gonna put this picture in the chat so you all can save that to your devices. And the reason why is because I saw this, man, I want to say I saw this like 20 years ago. From a black suit to an olive green suit, they're giving you all of the shoe combinations that you can consider. And again, just little touches here or there, just for you to stand out, because that's really what you want to do. Just stand out. You're not trying to take over the room. It won't let me post a JPEG.
I mean, if you send it to me, I'll try to post it out on Meetup.
Okay. All right. I'll email it to you now. Okay, cool. But so I had a gray suit on and I had on brown shoes, brown dress shoes. Now, what do these colors mean? I'm gonna zoom in on this picture. And I say be intentional here because that's really what we need to be, right? You know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and play this slide so it can take up the whole screen. So we can read the words. All right, so wait a minute. Sorry about that. Were y'all able to read that when I put it in the
actually good.
slideshow?
I
Okay,
could
good.
read it.
All right.
I mean, barely, but I could read it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's small anyway. That's why I want you guys to have it so you can zoom in on it. All right, so with the shoe options, you see the shoe option with the blue background that says that's the best pick, the green background, that's the good pick, the what is that?
Orange.
Flesh or salmon background, orange. That's a fashion forward pick. So sometimes I'll go for the fashion forward pick. If it's not an interview, I'll do that. If it's not like a job interview, that's what I'll usually go with. Okay. But just to let you know, these are all great options. And with that said, be intentional on how you leave what's on your feet. I've heard like all of my life, women pay attention to the shoes that a man wears, not just the type of shoe, but are they clean? Are they maintained? They don't have to be Jordans, they don't have to be Louboutins, but how you present yourself again, it just really shows that you're paying attention to those details, that you are paying attention to yourself and how you present yourself, and you care about how you present yourself. And as a single man, if you care about how you present yourself, you'll care about your lady. You'll care about your wife, your kids, your family, how they present themselves. And you, as you should, right? So it says some of the little messages in a very small way, but have a really big meaning. But I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna send Joseph this picture so he can give it to you all. And I think that's all I have regarding style as it relates to grooming. Just a few notes on that. Um, so I use a face wash, and I wash my face when I shower. And I have oily skin, so I don't use moisturizer on my face. During the summer months, I might do a hydration spray on my face sometimes. I do oil my beard. Um, I have shoot, my beard might be 4B, 4C coarse. So I brush it instead of combing it. Um, and that does well to kind of keep its shape throughout the day. A lot of beards, you'll have they'll just snap up, but you gotta train your beard just like you train waves. If you have a short haircut, can you see my waves today? No, can't see them. You got to train your beard. You got to do the same thing. So if you brush your hair every day, you got to comb or brush your beard every day too. A face scrubber. What's a face scrubber? It's like a plastic rubber tool. I've seen some that are battery operated where you scrub over your face. I've seen some with a long, maybe 2 or 3 inch handle with a 1.5 inch head that brush across your face in a circular motion, and that's good to um, go ahead and engage your pores and get that second level of dirt out. Otherwise, if you just do your hands, you're just hitting the dirt on the surface of your skin. Um, Fragrances. I have too many. I have far too many fragrances. Joseph knows we've sat and discussed colognes at end. I even decanted some for him that he liked if I could have. And but I always do well with oud scents. That's a woody. Oud is a material that actually comes from trees in a certain part of the world. I want to say it's a type of tree in the Middle East, I think. It's a very subtle, very smooth wood fragrance. Tom Ford has oud wood. I think that's one of the more popular oud fragrances. Um, didn't know back in the 80s, I think Carouse, I think that's another type of oud fragrance. That's what my uncle wore, Carouse. But lemon or citrus, those are some other good fragrances. I think lemon or citrus fragrances you'll find in let me see. I think Green Irish Tweed by Creed is a citrus fragrance. I think what else? Who is it? Coach. I think the Coach men's fragrance is one of those citrus fragrances. Vanilla or sweet. Now these are kind of unisex. those sweet fragrances, they can be for men or women. Really, all of these three uh, notes are unisex. It's really how they build the fragrance on the middle and low notes. So ask the fragrancer wherever you buy colognes about fragrances for your gender, or if you want a unisex, because a lot of times your skin will make a fragrance smell different. But vanilla or sweet, I remember the first vanilla fragrance I used, and knowing it was vanilla, was Jean Paul Gaultier. That was about 25 years ago. That's a bottle. It looks like a male mannequin with no arms, no legs, with the blue and white stripes. That's a vanilla-based men's fragrance. Of course, you have Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford. Oh, Tom Ford, they just released like a whole family of different vanilla fragrances. One of them kind of smells like marshmallow, but that's just too sweet for me. But some people do like those really sweet fragrances. But I like to wear fragrances I like, but I also like to wear fragrances that other people like that I like, so that I know I smell good. And at the same time, I'm not emptying a room just because I walked in it, right? So it makes sense to go ahead and take those cues, have a individual that you trust give you input or advice on how you smell, so that you're not just taking this information out of a box. Because I don't know if you know this, those people at the stores when you buy fragrances, they might make a commission off your sale. So they'll sell you anything, okay? They will literally sell you anything. Another type of fragrance I don't have listed here is a fresh scent. Like a fresh scent could be like pine. I think cool water would fall into that fresh scent space. I can't remember the name of the cologne, but it smells like it smells like 409 or window cleaner. And I'm like, no, I don't want to smell like that. I hate I can't remember the name of the fragrance. But those are just some of the fragrance cues that I can give as it relates to your personal grooming. And I think that's my last slide. That's all I have. Yeah, that's it for me. Any questions or comments, or we can just discuss what I presented, agree, disagree. I'm open, because I don't do this professionally, so you won't hurt my business or my feelings.
Well, again, I want to just thank you, Bernard. I appreciate it. And I also, just want to say, for everybody, yeah, Bernard is open, so you guys can ask him. But I also, I saw that, I think it was Kevin that popped up, and, he was saying, what are the ladies like? This is why I always encourage everybody to have a person in the friend zone, because we all have somebody that's put us in the friend zone, or that, we put them in the friend zone. And you use your friend zone person, especially if you're going to date somebody like them, you can use them to help you pick out fragrances. So as Bernard was going through, and he was actually, talking about that, and he said, have somebody to help you. That's the whole point. That is your friend zone person. And I'm constantly telling people, don't throw these friend zone people away. Use them. So if you're trying to pick out your cologne, you be like, oh, okay, well, it smells good on me, but what does the opposite sex have to say?
Yeah.
Okay, Kevin has something he wants to ask Bernard.
Oh, I just saw your comments in the chat, Kevin. I didn't even see them when I was talking. I hope I answered all of them, but go ahead, Kevin.
Yes, I saw you were talking about having your clothes sized and tailored. So if you were starting all over with a new wardrobe, what should you start with? If you just buying a new wardrobe, starting all over, and you have a limited rotation, what should you start with?
All right, so let me stop sharing. So let me ask, where do you want to wear these clothes? Like, are you just dressing up? Is this what you're putting on for the weekend, just going out? Or are you putting this on for a specific type of event?
Uh, let's just say business casual. If I'm starting out, I want to what's most universal what can I wear on a date, casual,
Yeah.
not necessarily for an event or anything, but
Okay.
what pieces should I start with?
Okay. So with business casual, I would start with a nice blazer, because you can wear a blazer with jeans, and I didn't have any pictures with jeans, and I'm sorry for that because oddly enough, I get compliments from men and women when I wear a blazer with well-fitted jeans than when I'm in a suit. Like if I'm in a suit walking around, people think I'm the store manager. But I could be at Costco in a blazer and jeans. And I was just at Costco the other day. This happened, and one of the people working at Costco, your outfit, he had an accent. I don't know where he's from. Your outfit, this entire outfit, I love this, the way you dress. And I was like, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And I get that a lot. Matter of fact, and my sister, she has to actually bring my attention to it. I'll have people staring at me walking when I'm dressed like that. And when I say like that, I'm in jeans and a navy blazer with a shirt. And why is that important? A navy blazer goes with anything, any pattern, plaid, stripe, polka dot, little flowers in a shirt, a t-shirt, doesn't matter. You can put on that navy blazer and jeans. What type of jeans? Not the Michael Jordan jeans. Okay. If you can put an iPad in the back pocket, it's the wrong jeans. Jeans too big. Jeans are too big. So we want you to have not skinny fit jeans, but we want you to have some classic tapered jeans that go down to your shoe. And this took a lot for me as a skinny man, and I just gained weight. My jeans touch my thighs now. That wasn't always the case for me. So if you don't like your jeans to touch your thighs, this jean conversation I'm having with you might not be for you. But if you can wear jeans that look like dress pants from across the room, those type of jeans with a button-down shirt, navy blazer, you can never go wrong. And with that navy blazer, you can wear that with gray slacks, khaki pants, and jeans. You can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong with that. So I would suggest that you get a navy blazer and a couple of button-down shirts. I would say a white button-down shirt and a plaid button-down shirt.
I was just gonna say, for those that have been hanging out with CSC for a while and have seen me at a couple of events, especially at the jazz event, now y'all see where I get that from. Because like I told you, Bernard is basically my stylist. So I go to him and he teaches me how to dress. I told y'all I'm a jeans and t-shirt dude.
But wait. Don't make it sound like I be like, Joe, you look busted and disgusted. You need to dress better. I never do that. You ask me, okay? I don't be judging the way you dress. And you do be looking good. I never judge the way you dress, just to be clear. Yes, Sean, sir.
Yeah, bro, you did an excellent job. I'm glad you come from the old school of dressing. Now, mind you, so I got a couple of questions. I come from the Wall Street era, so we wore the pant collar with the suspenders. That was kind of like the Wall Street look back in the 80s, if you worked on Wall Street. So I still do the suspenders, just not with that collar. I like a spread collar. But my biggest concern is is the casual tip. We wore the sports jacket with the khaki pants. So now you're saying the jeans, and so that's going to be like a new thing for me, wearing the blazer with the jeans, not even necessarily a sports jacket anymore. I don't even see those anymore. So wearing blazers with the jeans and maybe, a pair of shoes. So I've tried that, but I'm still a wingtip fan. So I'm the old school wingtip guy. I like the Allen Edmonds. I like those type of shoes, which today, like, not only are they hard to find, but I don't see people wearing them. And then when it comes to shoes, I was always, black, brown, burgundy shoes. Now you have like tan colors. I'm seeing blue suits with
Yeah.
tan shoes and the belt and shoes match. So you got the tan belt with the tan shoes, and then you got the Argyle socks. What do you think of those styles?
I think they're all sartorial. And I mean, that's your style. I remember somebody's grandmama, and you know what? I think she might have been president of Spelman or past president. I'm not sure. She complimented me on my socks at an event. They were commemorating a new center of excellence at Clark Atlanta University. And I had on a gray suit. And I always tell people I get compliments on my socks. And it's like, I like your socks. I was like, thank you so much. But don't try to match them with the suit. That's a whole nother outfit. And it's just another pop of color and style that's for you. Whether or not other people like it, it's fine. But if that's what you want to do, that's fine. And it's kind of like, let's be perfectly honest. Socks, that's in the undergarment department. So if people see your socks, okay, just like if people see your underwear sticking out the back, if they say something about it, that's on them. That's not on you. But if you like to have the stylish socks, go ahead and wear those. And I don't look at people's socks and say anything this or there, because that's how I move with socks. As it relates to wingtips and Allen Edmonds, that's a really, traditional style, a lot like Cole Haan. And Cole Haan, I'm surprised. I'm talking old school Cole Haan, not the new school, because Cole Haan has really changed after Nike divested from him. But I will say there's another shoe company that's similar to Allen Edmonds, but I haven't seen anything really like trendy with them. They still kind of stay traditional. Is a company called To Boot New York. They have Allen Edmonds to me. Oh, it's 4 words. TOBOOT, New York.
Okay.
And that's a men's, I'm not sure if they sell women's shoes, but I know that that's a men's shoe company. I have a couple of pair of their shoes that really work well for me. I can wear all day, but close to the Allen Edmonds style. But I know Allen Edmonds, they have like these chunky soles, like the shoe overall looks really
the
big.
sole has a lifetime guarantee.
I'm like, if it's that big, yeah, it's a lifetime guarantee. I mean, it's these materials keeping each other together. But as it relates to
those
style,
in JW Westons come with a lifetime guarantee.
right. But if you want still a good shoe, To Boot New York, what else? That's pretty much my only shoe choice I would rank next to Allen Edmonds. Excuse me.
Now, mind you, I'm a tall, slim guy, like you said you used to be. So back in the days, I used to have to, I'd buy the suit off the rack. I'd go to Macy's, or we had a store in New York called Prado's. You can get a nice suit, $400 or $500, take them to the tailor and have the tailor, do the sleeves for you. Most of the time I would have to get the sleeves brought down a bit. Get the waist taken, get it tapered on the sides a bit, but I'm having a hard time finding suits that kind of fit right with this new slim style that they're coming out with. So what would you suggest a good place to go get some suits from that I can get off the rack and then take them to the tailor and have the tailor kind of hook it up the way, that it'll fit me the way it should fit?
Okay, so let me ask this question. What's your style? Are you more of the conservative dresser? It sounds like you are from
totally
being a Wall Street type.
Totally conservative.
Okay.
Totally conservative.
All right. I'm gonna go as it relates to store. I worked a couple years at Banana Republic in college, so I know a little bit more than I need to about their products. Now, mind you, they do have some wool suits, a lot of their suits that might be on sale or cheaper compared to other suits are not wool. They're more the polyester blends. And I think that blue plaid suit that I pointed out needs to be longer on my sleeve is Banana Republic, one of their polyester blends. That's fine. And
I'm really not a big fan of polyester blends. I try to get the all-weather wool that's at about like
there are some
the
good ones
all.
out there. Yeah, there are some good ones out there. So I only mention that to say to just being fully transparent, it's not wool, but they do look very good on the taller, slimmer fit. Because that's sad to say. That's why Banana
Okay.
Republic is about to go out of business because all their clothes are for like tall, slim people, and Americans are not on average tall and or slim. But outside of them, I would say I hate to say it, I don't want to say it. Hugo Boss, they do really well with their traditional cuts for tall, slim. Um, I think one of the suits that I had on in one of those pictures is a Hugo Boss. Another company that I was kind of surprised by, and I looked up on a sale at Bloomingdale's, Theory. And I think I think the Theory suit I have might be, I'm not sure if it's a wool blend or a cotton blend, but it's and that's the suit I had on where I pointed out the button collar where I did not have on a tie. But I want to give you guys an address. I found this company when we did my daughter was in a cotillion, and this is where we all went to have their dresses altered. If I could get there. There's an alteration spot right at it's at North DeKalb Mall. It's not in the mall because the mall is closed, but it's there it is. Sonny's Alterations and Shoe. I'm looking at Google Maps. And I'll put their information in the chat. But great prices, and if you have clothes that you want to keep, it's a great place to go to have altered, to get your clothes altered, and no complaints. When I saw what they were doing with these gowns, I was like, oh, I know where to go. And I've been back there a couple of times since for myself. Let me see. Oh, Jose Bank. I looked up on a Jose Bank outlet store that was going out of business. And I think I bought maybe 4 sport coats that were like 70 or 90% off. Yeah. So Jose Bank, I think, is a good spot to go. And I think they were bought by Men's Warehouse. Oh, yeah. I think they were bought out by Men's Warehouse a while ago. Yeah.
Where can you go to get the thicker material virgin wool ties?
I haven't seen those in a while, to be honest. I have not seen those in a while. And I'm not I got a lot of ties, so, and I just bought a tie for an event I'm attending this week. Because I just wanted to get a narrower black tie. But yeah. Oh, Dr. Knox, I'm sorry, I see your hand up.
Yes, I have two questions. So one, do you have any differentiation on what you spoke about regarding the blazer, the shirt, and the jeans for gentlemen who may be larger?
Mhm.
Blazer may or may not be a comfortable fit for them. And then
Okay.
you may have already addressed this, but just a question about black tie affairs, and
Mhm.
also differentiating for men of different sizes for that.
Okay. So, you know what? It's funny you say that because I think I had a picture that I thought about putting here. Um, Now I'm gonna be honest. When you go to a black tie affair, you mean black tie, like tuxedo black tie, right?
Correct, black tie or white tie. And I used to
Okay.
work everywhere, so I'm just curious.
Okay. So the funny thing about tuxedo wear for men is not a lot of variation like it is for formal wear for women, where with a gown, you can be 50, 11 different materials. It can be 50, 11 different lengths. It's like the Met Gala as far as what a woman can wear versus what a man can wear. Um, but with that said, I know some of the things that stand out that I've seen in formal spaces with men, shoe choice, going with the satin or decorative tuxedo shoe, right? Um, it was one time it was the guy had on Louboutins, and it was one of those darker men's Christian Louboutin shoes that had rhinestones, very decorative, and regular tuxedo. So it really gave it a pop, right? Um, Again, kind of like the sock thing. Sometimes it's not for other people to see, but it's for you because when you dress well, you feel great, right? The lining, and I wish I had that picture in my I wish I had it in the presentation. So we had a black tie event, and the guy came to my table, but his jacket was open, and I see his line, and I was like, dude, what's this lining you got? Oh yeah, man, my man, this is custom tuxedo. He put these doors. It was like all these pictures, all these doors in the lining, because he was like, God opens doors for you to opportunity. I was like, you know what? Or I looked at my wife, God, did you see his lining? Got the doors in the lining. It was a whole thing, man. But and he's a big man, so that's why I think of him. He's like 6'2", 6'3", looked like he might have played defensive end back in his day, Not a small man at any means, but carries himself very well. And that's what I mean by wearing your size. If you are 54, be a 54. Don't try to wear anything tight, because when you wear things that are tight as a man, it just accentuates the fact that you're a big man. People already know you're big. Don't don't try to look small. Don't try to look young. Just dress your age and your size. Um, as it relates to variations with the blazers or sport coats, and you're not talking about what's a different sport coat as opposed to navy. I think you're talking about like an option instead of a sport coat. Is that right?
I am just thinking about for a larger man. So if he can't buy
Okay.
food off the rack, because I heard some
Yeah.
came in late into the conversation. So
No,
take it,
that's fine.
you may have already covered this, but just thinking about the plethora of men.
So
If
I
they're, if that sport coat may be uncomfortable given their size.
mhm,
So just giving
mhm.
of options of a basic, casual, nice outfit that may or may
I,
not be a jacket.
I know that what do you call it? Cardigans, but especially the the scarf. Now they don't call it scarf cardigan. What is it? What's with the roll collar that almost I'll get I gotta find a picture of it. Um that is a good option as it relates to you kind of look like Mr. Rogers, but it's a really nice look. It's a cozy look. And now you tell me if I'm right or wrong. You like cozy men, don't you, Dr. Knox? You're on mute. I can't hear you.
I like confident men. So
Okay. Okay.
cozy and confident, then they good.
Yes. Yes. So I'm trying to find, there it is. Ralph Lauren. I try to keep my money home, and home for me is America. So that's why I hated to say Hugo Boss when I was talking about suits, right? With that being a European stylist. Tom Ford. It's weird to me. Tom Ford from Texas, but he presents European. What's that about?
I
But
prefer European designers. So
I do too. I do too. I do too. But I'm just talking about where the money's going, right? It's just me.
and that I'm there as well.
So what is it? Shawl. That's it. Shawl cardigan. I'm gonna copy this image. Well, I can't. Let me see. I'm gonna share my screen so you can see what it is I'm talking about. And this is really with a shawl, with the shawl cardigan. You can wear it with polo, t-shirt, dress shirt, tie. Have you all seen a TV show? It's fairly new on Netflix called The Gentleman.
No.
It's a series. I think Giancarlo Esposito plays a character in it. And everybody in the show is well dressed. I need them to come out with a line of clothes from that show, man. I love it. But there is one scene where Giancarlo Esposito, Big Brother Almighty from School Days, if you don't know his real name, that's one of his first prominent roles. He's in a show now on I think AMC called Parish. He has on a suit and a cardigan is draped over his shoulders. And I'm just like, I don't even know if I'd wear the sweater, but that looks fine. Let me see another style I get a lot of compliments on. I have a similar cardigan sweater as this that I'll wear under a gray wool sport coat. And I get a lot of compliments on that. Now, if I wear that, it's cold outside, right? But just give you an example. That's an example of something I think would do well for a bigger man that doesn't want the restrictions of the sport coat stitching. Is that what it is, right, Dr. Knox?
Yes.
Yeah. So you get a little bit more freedom in a cardigan, and you still look well put together. You actually put some effort into your outfit.
I agree, but don't compare this to Mr. Rogers again. That is not Mr. Rogers by any means.
I'm just talking about the sweater. I'm just talking about the sweater. Just the sweater. That's all. That's all I was talking about. Let me get this other picture on the screen so you can see see, that's just the sweater by itself. That's all. That's all. Y'all looking at Mr. Rogers like he ain't fresh. He ain't fresh. Mr. Rogers wasn't fresh. You make me cry about Mr. Rogers. Any other questions?
He was fresh
comments?
and clean, and a little
I know,
wrap
right?
in between.
See, supporting his community.
That's what I'm talking about.
All the babies.
Kevin has his hand up.
Yeah, Kevin.
I got a question. I rarely wear suits, but my challenge is matching color combinations, right? So
Okay.
shirt, pants. What are some good color combinations if I want to go away from like wearing the same color? I want to match different colors, shirt with pants and shoes, whatnot.
I'm gonna be honest. Your brand is your brand, right? And people already know how you dress. So I'm not, what I presented today is not to give you an idea to recreate your entire wardrobe. That's not it by any means. But the ideas or the examples I've given today is really for you to take to incorporate into your current wardrobe. So the colors that you like, let's go ahead and do that. Let's use those colors. Now, me being me, I like my face and my personality to shine. I really don't want the attention from my outfit. So I don't wear red a lot. I like red. I know I look good in red, but I don't wear red a lot. I do have some red ties, and if I really want to pop an extra boost for myself, I'll wear that red tie. So as it relates to colors for you and different color combinations, and I thought about presenting that, but I didn't want to go too far. There's a color wheel. I know a lot of stylists or home designers, they use a color wheel. So basically, the idea of the color wheel is that it might be 50 or 100 colors on the wheel, and a color on the top will coordinate and match the color and go well with the color on the opposite side of the wheel. So you will notice how people will wear two completely different colors, like the shirt could be pink and the pants could be green. And that's a terrible example because I know those are colors of some organizations. They're going to wear those colors regardless. But even the specific shades of those colors go together well, where certain shades of those colors do not. As it relates to men, we're kind of caught with fewer options as it relates to colors, because how many colors, different colors in pants do men really have an option of, right? You got
Right.
brown, blue, gray, black. If you can find, like I know Banana Republic, they've had different color pants. J. Crew, that's another place that I found have different color pants outside of those colors I just stated, like green, pink, salmon, red. You can find those. But I'll say this, a really easy lift if you have a dark color and it's lighter related color. Like you could wear a red with a pink. You could wear a navy with a light blue. You could wear a dark green with a light green. Just real subtle combinations to show a difference. You don't want to be matchy-matchy where, and I feel bad for people that do this, where they want to wear a red shirt with red pants, but they're not the same materials. They weren't bought from the same place. So the likelihood of them matching is really, really low. But if you wear a pink shirt with red pants, we already have the contrast. We don't have to worry about them not matching because we're not trying to match. We're going for a look that we want to be seen as appealing, and we want our outfit to not be distracting for us, but be appealing for us, right? Does that help?
Yeah. I just wish they had like animals for men. That
I
would
know, right?
make my job a lot easier.
Nah. Oh, but speaking of animals though, so I talked about I know I talked about a couple of different brands, but I talked about those brands in the context of fit and style. As it relates to name brand clothes, where the name is like across this shirt I have on says black is luxury. It's not a name brand. It's more of a statement. Yes, Sean, Garanimals are for kids, but he doesn't want to have to think about the outfit and the Garanimal sets. They come together with the pants and shirt together. That's the point of what Kevin was saying.
Well, Ryan Seacrest did that because I have like 2 or 3 of Ryan Seacrest's shirts, and he actually has a little thing on the inside, and it tells you put this shirt with this pants, put this, but you have to buy pretty much the whole Ryan Seacrest wardrobe for it to work. I mean, that really is the problem with it. But he was trying to do that. but I think with men, it's hard. And then when, his shirts were $60 at Macy's, you could catch them on sale for 20, but it's like, that's the problem. It gets so expensive.
Dude, I mean, they got to make their money. So I ain't mad at them for trying to make their money. But it really takes us to be just a little bit more adventurous and step out from those cues that we receive from the Ryan Seacrest tag. You'll even notice on some websites, they'll give you examples of how to style these pants or this shirt. If you scroll down a little further, like the screen I was just looking at with the Ralph Lauren cardigan. If you scroll, Macy's does it, Bloomingdale's does it, I think Nordstrom does it, where they'll actually give you shoe, watch, shirt, in jewelry options to wear with this jacket or these pants.
Yeah, but they also know because I talk about it all the time on this channel. When I know you guys haven't seen me do a presentation really in about 6 months, but when I was doing them, I was constantly encouraging everyone to look at Pinterest, because just like Bernard said, if you go out to Pinterest and you look up men's fashion, a lot of times you will see people that have actually put these combinations together so that you can actually see them.
Yeah.
And Jay, that's a great point. I also think people should look at, find a fashion avatar. So that there's somebody whose style and, is something you like, then you can kind of look at Pinterest to see what they wear and then find options.
Yeah.
By the way, Kevin, we can't see you if you were trying to show your camera, because your camera's been black this whole time. So I didn't know if you just had your camera on, but you hadn't slid over the little thing or whatever. Just wanted to let you know that that's what we see on our side. But go ahead, Bernard. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just about to say, when you do those searches on Pinterest, see if you can search for examples for your body type, for your size, because it took me half of my life to realize outfits that I liked look great on people half a foot or more shorter than me. So then when I try to put it on, it just looked like it's stretched out. It really is not appealing. So paying attention for the taller types, paying attention for those longer length shirts. Like a polo hits on my body different than on a shorter man's body. So we have on the same polo, extra large, and it fits right in the shoulders. On him, it might be touching his pockets, where on me, it's touching my belt. That's not cool. So those little details, when you do those searches on Pinterest, just add a little bit more detail to your search so you can get better examples for those outfits and how they would look on you.
Anybody else?
No ladies want to suggest any fragrances they like?
I think they're here to listen in. But as you guys know, since I guess, we don't have as many on today, I'll, like I said, people that's been around for a long period of time know, we kind of generally around 1 o'clock, kind of turn off the recording and then just talk, until, we're bored and ready to, get off this thing. So I will go ahead and quote unquote, stop the recording now. About 30 minutes early, and that way, if we have anything else that we want to discuss,